What's
Well, what's up? What's up? What's going on?
up, man? How we doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. You know, this is our second time talking. We did an interview in 22, December 7th, 1922.
Yeah,
Uh,
19,
20,
1922.
2022, we did an interview and that went really well and stuff like
I
that.
do remember. Yes, I do remember, Brian. We had a good interview.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're still working on the original EP that you recorded, right?
We're all done with the original EP. We started releasing our new songs that we wrote in 2023, and
Right,
they're now starting to come out in 2024.
right. Um, Tell me a little bit about the progression of the band from when we did our last interview to now.
So, big progression in the band. We got rid of, well, one of our drummer left, and we got a new drummer.
Right,
Trevor Van Etten joined our band as the new drummer, and we still have all of the guys that we had when we interviewed last time:
right,
Brad, Shane, Austin, myself. The only person that's new is Trevor. We switched to a new producer. I don't know if you guys know him, Dr. Bobby Huff out of Tennessee.
uh-huh. I don't know
Um,
him, but,
he yep, he's done various projects with like Mutt Lang, so
wow,
that's kind of why we gravitated towards him,
right,
because we knew that we wanted our stuff to sound similar and like to have that 80s sound to it, and he nailed it,
right.
especially with the new song that came out, Body Fire. If you listened to it yet,
Yes, I did.
how'd
Yes,
you like it?
yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
All right.
I'll be posting, on our Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that, so other people can get it here. You
I
know,
appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
no problem. Now with the new song "Body Fire," was that off the EP or is that the new stuff?
That's brand new stuff. That's new Wicked Love music as of 2023. Yep.
Cool, cool. Um, have you had any reviews on it yet, or I know it's new,
Yeah, other than, friends and family and people that I talk to at work, showing it to them, I'm getting a lot of, I mean, most of the reviews that I'm getting, face to face have been like really, really good.
right?
So, but I haven't had any starch reviews yet from like people,
Right.
people like you guys, enthusiasts and stuff like that. So I haven't had like a paperwork done on it and stuff. So, but I'm hoping we get
Yeah, yeah.
that.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Have you played that live yet?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we were playing it live. We've been playing it live for about a year now.
Right,
Um, and then our two other songs that we're going to release this year, so far we've been playing those ones live as well.
right,
So we're just releasing the studio version of it.
right. Wow.
And we have those two new songs already done and ready to rip. We're just waiting for a good time to, release them. We're staggering our releases.
Right,
This day and age, it's a lot more people gravitate, instead of releasing albums, a
right,
lot of people will release a single and then wait a couple of months, promote the one that they released, and then they'll hype up the next one, and then they'll release another single. Just the attention span of people nowadays in this TikTok era, it's hard to release a full album,
right.
and keep the attention of the people. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Technology and people evolve, and as musicians we have to evolve with them in order to make it work. So,
Let me just tell you, your audio's working, but your video's not. But it's okay.
oh, can you see me at all?
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see you, but it's just a still picture.
Oh shoot, I am so sorry.
That's
Here, let
no
me
big deal.
see.
It's not a big deal. As long as you got the audio, that's the main thing. You know.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
I've
problem.
got a bunch of things I'm trying to do here. I don't have anything else opened up, and I'm working off my phone because I don't have a web camera
Right.
on my
Yeah.
computer.
So the new release, you have a title for it, and is it going to be an EP or a full length or just singles?
So we're gonna be pushing out singles for right now.
Right,
Our new release after Body Fire is gonna be called Light It Up.
right, cool, cool, cool. And when's that going to come?
Well, I think we're gonna try and release that in July. I'm not too sure. I gotta talk to the boys about that.
Right,
Get
cool, cool, cool.
our marketing plan down. We do know, when we released Body Fire, we had some internal conflict with the band,
Right,
just thinking, oh, do we want to release a music video with it? Do we want to take our time with it? And all in all, we came to the decision. It's like, listen, we haven't come out with new music since we got back together.
right,
Other than re-releasing the EP, we need to put something out there. We need to keep this ball rolling.
right,
So we kind of forced Body Fire to go out there just so we could get some new music out onto the scene.
right,
So we'll be taking the next couple of months to promote that as much as possible,
right.
push
Yeah,
that as much as possible. And then when the news of that starts to slow down, we'll jump on the next one.
right, right, right. I mean, that's a pretty cool cover you have for Body Fire. Did
Oh yeah.
did you have any input in that?
Uh, so I usually Austin took care of that one. He has a guy in, I believe, the UK that
Right,
he's working with, a graphic designer out of the UK,
right.
and he's doing most of our cover art. And I mean, of course, as a band, everybody
You're
has their
back.
input. I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
All right, how's my hair look, man? Look good.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah.
Smells good. But
So, yeah,
yeah, I mean, of course, everybody has their input when it comes to marketing and advertising for the band. And we kind of just take a vote and we see what's good and what's better and stuff. So I think with that one, Austin wanted, the guy, he wanted the reflection in the glasses to
right.
see the girls and stuff. I think mine was like, I said, how about we have like a cover art with like some dude that's like in bed, like
Right,
bird's eye view, and having
right.
like limbs sticking out of the sheets and stuff like that. And the
Uh-huh.
guy's kind of like
Now,
tired. I don't know. So that was my input.
cool, cool, cool. Now, do you guys, when you do live shows, do you go out of South Carolina?
We sure do. Yeah, we just had a show in Savannah at the Wormhole.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was early May 12th, I think it was.
Right,
I don't remember. But I'll tell you what, Brian, live shows are where we thrive.
right,
That's our bread and butter right there.
right,
We like to put on a show.
right. Yeah,
Not you know. So that's I love it. I can't wait to get out more and do it. My main concern is trying to get out of Charleston.
mhm,
This place is kind of like it's a very touristy place, as you can
right,
imagine.
right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
a lot of people that come here, they want to hear cover bands.
right. Yeah, yeah,
And I'm sure that's a lot in other places as well.
right,
So we're trying to break the mold and be more original. I think during our show, if we have to play for more than 2 hours,
right,
we'll pepper our set list with some covers.
right,
But we try to stay away from that as much as possible, just so we can get out of here.
right. Well, I went to a show that just passed last weekend. It was the headliner was Trickster, and then it was Pretty Boy Floyd and Enough's Enough. And Enough's Enough's a pretty big band, and
Yeah,
they basically played 90% covers.
really.
Yeah. Like I was like, you got all these originals. What are you doing Beatles songs?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
You know?
sometimes you gotta cater to the crowd, I guess,
Right,
but I get a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate because I'm like, listen, like I want to do our music,
right, yeah.
And so I don't know. I guess I get people are like, oh, we could do covers, eh? You got your people in the crowd,
Right, yeah.
screaming. Every show, it doesn't fail. There's
Uh-huh.
always some guy in the crowd that's yelling, "Hey, play some Dawkins, play some Dawkins." I always get a Dawkins
Yeah,
guy.
I don't understand it because I'm going to see originals. That's me,
Yeah,
in particular.
and and
I want to
and
hear
thank God
covers.
for you, Brian.
Yeah,
Thank God for you.
yeah. No, I don't want to hear covers. I'll go home and listen to the album if I want to hear covers. I want to hear your original.
Sure, for
You
sure.
know?
You're a VIP, man. That's awesome. I love that because like I said, everybody just wants to hear. They want a jukebox,
Right? Yeah, yeah.
and you know what? Wicked Love isn't background music.
Right? Yeah. How was the club scene there? Because like in New Jersey and New York, all the venues are getting sold out now. I guess before with the pandemic, no one got a chance to do anything. Now they want more.
So,
All you do is go to the venue on the door. It says sold out. Don't even try to get a ticket. Sold out.
yep, yep. So Charleston was pretty lucky during the whole COVID
Right,
thing. Being down in the South, um, they took the whole COVID thing a little bit differently,
right,
obviously. And Charleston was kind of like one of the places that stayed open. Their
right.
venues stayed open. So during the COVID era, it was actually pretty cool because we were getting a lot more bands that usually don't show up in Charleston,
Right,
right? Because in the country as a whole, Charleston was like one of the only places you could go to play. And
right,
all of these musicians out here, they, needed to make money.
right,
So everyone was traveling to Charleston in order to play at our Coliseum, in order to play at our big arenas and stuff like that. So I think that the COVID area actually opened up a lot for Charleston,
right.
which is really cool.
Yeah,
Elton John was down here. He had played down here for a really, really long time.
right.
Um, because Charleston's weird.
Uh-huh.
It's So you've got your main tour route, which is 95,
Right.
coming south,
Uh-huh.
95 goes
Yeah,
all the way north.
right,
And in order to get to Charleston, you have to break off of your tour route, which is, big 95, and
right,
head probably about 45 to an hour south
right.
in
Yeah,
order to make it to Charleston. So usually it's not in the radar for tour groups,
right. Yeah,
because it's all you gotta, redirect your tour and then come back up to 95 and head on down towards Florida.
right.
So a lot of people kind of stay away from Charleston because that's why we have mostly cover bands and stuff like that. So most of our venues stayed open, which was awesome.
Right,
It's if you're not a huge band, it's hard to kind of jump in the scene as
right,
an original band,
right. Yeah.
you know,
Wow.
because you've got one man bands, guys that are playing guitar on loopers and stuff like that are
Yeah.
everybody wants a 3 hour show.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone wants you to fill out a 3 hour time slot,
Right.
and they want to get their money's worth. They want a jukebox.
Yeah. Wow.
But there are our local promoters, Cali Knight. Shout out to Cali Knight.
Uh-huh.
Our local promoters, they're trying their best and trying their hardest to help original bands. There's this one place called Trolley Pub down here,
Right.
which they have just evolved into this awesome original band venue.
Right.
They redid their stage with all lights and stuff like that. Their sound guy is awesome, which is totally unheard of for Charleston because everybody's always doing their own sound.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's getting there. It's doing a lot better than it did. And we just got to keep on trudging on. But my main concern, and as a band as a whole, we're really trying to play more out of Charleston.
Cool. Cool. Now, since I live in New Jersey and stuff like that, everybody in New Jersey wants to get out of Jersey and go to South Carolina and North Carolina.
Yeah,
They do. I'm telling you, they
yeah,
do.
no, it's true. Yeah. Gotta get
like,
away from the cold.
yeah, and the taxes. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
so who knows where I'm going to end up? Yeah,
Yeah, man. Hey, come on down. We've got room.
Now you supported Five Finger Death Punch and stuff like that. How do you get on a tour like that?
So the way that we opened up for them, obviously we had a rock and roll festival down here in Charleston that was supported by our local rock radio.
Right,
And that was when we first became a band.
right,
And we ended up winning the Battle of the Bands, which gave us a slot
right,
to open up for bigger bands like that. You know, I think it was Hell Yeah, Caesar, Five
right,
Finger Death Punch. But other than getting on a billet like that, you know, we're still trying to figure that out, how to do
right,
it, you know, organically and
right,
get
yeah,
there. There's a lot of people that pay to play,
right.
unfortunately.
That's terrible.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, as you know, just some of us are fathers and you
Right,
know have full-time jobs, you
right,
know,
yeah,
so it's tough to keep the band, you know, because this is I'm not making any money doing
right.
this.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah, yeah,
we're all of our money's coming out of pocket and we're pretty just lighting it on fire and seeing where it
right,
goes.
right, yeah,
So you can either pay to play or you can become popular.
right, yeah,
You know, you know how it is. If you
yeah, yeah.
become popular, then people see that and they want to piggyback on top of that. So that's pretty much the only way I'm thinking that you can probably get into it. I'm not
Uh-huh.
sure. You know, we're still trying to figure that out.
Now, is everything done in-house, like even the recording and promotion and booking shows and everything?
Yep. So we do everything in house. We do all of our marketing, all of our advertising. We try our best to just do that. We pound social media as much as possible. I took up TikTok probably about a year ago.
Right,
I had a video on there go like semi-viral.
right,
I got like 600,000 views on it, which was pretty cool. I was like, a lot of people get millions of views and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, no problem." I got 600,000 views, and I was like, "Whoa!" you know.
uh,
But yeah, no, we do all our recordings with Eric Rickard, with the Shinedown guys,
right,
Eric Bass's studio and stuff, and then what we do is now that we have Bobby Huff, we take our recordings and we send them off to him in Tennessee, and he finalizes them and does them that way. So,
right, right. Well, I can't remember who contacted me. So you have a publicity agent, right? Because they contacted me to see if I
oh,
wanted.
Shauna,
Oh, she's great.
my girl, Shauna.
Yeah, she's great. You know,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I love her.
yeah. So how do you hook up with them?
So I think it was last year, I think Austin found her or somebody that knew her.
Right,
And, you know, we got to talking with her, and I think that it was the belief factor for
right,
her. You know, she heard us and she believed in us.
right,
You know, she believed in what we were doing. And I guess she ended up taking a liking to us.
right. Yeah.
You know, I obviously took a liking to her. She's great. You know,
Hey, yeah,
I'll
she
even
is.
I'll even text her just randomly just to talk.
Right,
You
right.
know,
Oh, yeah,
but yeah, I think it kind of just fell into place with her.
right,
You
yeah,
know, and yeah, I guess you got to. There's definitely luck involved
yeah,
with
yeah,
the,
yeah.
you know.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Plus, uh, now I'm familiar with her name for the last year or two. So like, when I see an email from her, I definitely check it out. And like right now I get about 150 emails a day. So like,
Oh, God.
like how am I supposed to, but I see her name. So,
Yeah,
I check it out, so like,
yeah. She's been doing it. She's been in the scene for a long time. She's been
right,
doing it for a long time, and I think she was working. I forget who she was working under, but I think last year she started her own thing. So now she's
yeah,
just doing it on her own, and she's kicking ass. She texted me the other day. She was like, "I'm so busy." I mean, she
yeah, I
was
bet
texting
you.
me on Saturday. She's like, "As you can see, I'm working on a Saturday."
Right, yeah, yeah,
So her work ethic is awesome.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Uh, what is the thing like when you were a kid that really changed your life for the better?
Riding in the cab of my stepfather's truck,
Uh-huh.
listening to, there was three big bands that we always listened to, and that was Motley Crue, AC/DC, and the Scorpions.
Right.
So
Great
he
band.
was huge on those, and that's what turned me to 80s hair metal.
Right. Yeah.
And then for me, I'm more on the I'm I'm more on the pop side,
Right.
right? So I love pop music. Like, I'm a huge ABBA fan.
Right. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
And so I write all the melodies and the lyrics. So most of my melodies come from pop inspiration. And not only that, here's a cool story. This is a fun story. When I was little, my brothers played video games. Super Nintendo
Right.
was the big one. And I was the youngest out of two older brothers. And I was never allowed to play the Super Nintendo. I only was able to sit there and watch them play because they were older than me and they wanted to play. So I would watch them play. That was my thing.
Right.
And I fell in love with the music in video games.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So
Yep.
honestly, if you look at the Wicked Love songs, you can find inspiration in my melodies
Right.
from old Super Nintendo games.
Cool. 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 Nothing
So,
wrong
yeah.
with them Nintendo games. Ted Poley from Danger Danger made a living out of that, doing the little
Yep.
tunes for that stuff. So
Yep.
like
Yeah, I remember ever since I was little, I always wanted to write music for video games. That's what I like really wanted to do with my life.
right.
And then I got into hair metal, and I was like, I think I'm gonna write music.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Sing. So
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. When you were younger, did you collect anything?
oh yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up with Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
I got Pokemon cards sitting right here. But so I love Pokemon. I love video games. I collect a lot. I'm a huge nerdy guy.
Uh-huh.
When I was 7, I was big into like anime.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
I got that from my dad. Collected anime, so then I started watching with him, and
Right.
so anime, video games, Pokemon,
Uh-huh.
yeah, all of it, man. I grew up in that era.
Cool. Cool. How were you in school?
Horrible. I was absolutely horrible in school.
Right? Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't one for following the rules. So I don't believe kids are supposed to sit there for 8 hours
Right. Yeah.
and just, school. I feel like public education is daycare for kids.
Cool. Yeah.
In this day and age, both parents have to work. So you got to send your kids to school so that you can go to work.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. When you were
Don't get me started about all that.
when you were in school, did you think about writing songs?
So no, I didn't start writing songs until I became a teenager.
Right.
So like 15, 16 were big years for me when it came to writing music. First picked up a guitar when I was 14, 15, 16. And the reason for that was because the girls liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, I feel like every musician started to kind of try and impress somebody. So
Right.
and then you just kind of end up falling in love with it by itself,
Yeah. Yeah.
The girls start to not matter anymore.
Now, what's your feeling about everybody wanting vinyl now?
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's
Everybody's kind of switching back. Dude, everybody's also switching back to VHS.
right. Oh wow, I haven't heard that yet. But that's
Yeah, no, people are collecting VHS tapes now.
wow.
Yeah, it's which is awesome. That's great. The only problem with it is vinyl's expensive to press.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think the total sales work well with how much you have to spend to get the vinyl pressed and then how
Right.
much you're selling. That's something I've always wanted to do. I've
Right.
always wanted to press a vinyl. I just don't think we're there yet. We don't
Right,
have
yeah.
the following yet. But once I start seeing enough people, I'm definitely going to press a vinyl. 100%. I can't wait for that.
It's great having that big cover in front of you.
Oh, that's the best part.
Yes.
I mean, you remember when you were younger, that's how you got it. You
Yeah.
were open it up and
Yeah.
everything's there, you
Yep.
know.
Yep.
So you got the lyrics, you got a big old nice picture. Oh man.
Yep.
I mean, look at Boston's album covers, dude. They
Right.
were
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved it when you had like a gatefold cover with, like you said, it opened up and stuff
Yep.
like that, and
Yep.
sometimes get some special stuff in there, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, that
Yep.
that was a lot of fun. The only thing I don't like about vinyl coming back, not about the sound or nothing like that. A lot of artists are pressing like 15 to 20 different colors. Now, if you're a
Yeah.
collector, that's just for me, it's a money grab.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't like that part. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, a couple of colors, but like not like 15, 20, you know?
Yeah. No, no, no. Yeah. I'm not into that. If I'm gonna press a vinyl, I'm gonna do one. You know,
Right.
I'm not gonna dump as much money as I can into it. I
Right.
think the only thing that sucks about vinyl is I think I have a Van Halen record here in the house and it's so warped. I put it on the record player the other day and it was like wow wow wow
Wow.
wow wow wow. I was like, oh no, not Van Halen.
Yeah, now to go get another copy is going to cost you $100 now,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So you have a turntable, right?
I do. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, a
Yep, I
lot of people
do. I
don't have
do.
that either. You know.
My I remember one Christmas because my favorite band is Firehouse.
Uh-huh.
Peace, CJ Snare. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I'm lucky
can't
I
believe
got to
it.
see him a couple times, so like
I
I
can't
was,
believe it. That guy was my hero.
yeah, I
My
believe it.
hero. That was my main inspiration
Right.
in life was CJ Snare.
Right.
And I feel like it happened so fast. I couldn't believe it.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
But
I'm lucky. I got to see him a couple times live and stuff like that and photograph him. So but
yeah,
still it's really sad because like to me he's irreplaceable.
completely
Yeah,
irreplaceable,
exactly. No
right?
matter who they get, even if they're great or whatever, everybody's going to think about CJ.
Yeah, and you know what? They had a new guy um jump in and replace him right away.
Right,
And no shade to the singer and the
right,
guy that replaced him, but you're exactly right. You cannot replace an iconic voice like that.
right. Nope, not
You
at
know,
all.
I I wouldn't be able to replace him even. And
Right,
I've literally studied his voice my entire life.
right,
And so it just sucks, man. It sucks because they were just coming back and just they were kicking ass, man. And it's just fuck. Yeah, I got to see him up in Charlotte and I did the whole meet and greet with him.
cool.
I got to meet my hero and
Wow.
I'm so happy that I got to do that.
Yep.
My wife surprised me with that and just so awesome. Just an awesome. My son was conceived during that concert.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Wow. So I guess he
yeah,
did an impression on you.
yeah. Oh, big time, man. Like I was devastated, man. I still am.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's so hard to see your heroes pass on.
Right.
But thank God we have the music.
Yeah. Yeah.
you
That's
know and to tell you the truth, that's my main inspiration right now,
right. Yeah.
especially being a father.
Right.
um you're always going to see music coming out from Wicked Love, or at least from me,
Right.
because I'm going to try and get as many songs out there with my voice on it
Right.
so that I can leave that legacy to my son,
Yeah.
because when I'm gone, I'm gone,
Right.
but at least he'll have 1,000 songs with daddy's voice on it.
Right.
So
Exactly. You're thinking it exactly the way I think, because like
yeah,
my parents are gone, I can never hear their voice. Never.
yeah.
I do my webcast. My kids could go on and say, "That's my daddy." Yeah.
Yep.
So like
Come in, Bubba.
that that's something that I'm proud of actually.
Yeah, it's important to me.
You know.
Come here. You
So
want to say hi real quick? Whoa!
oh How you doing? Hey, what's up? What's going on? How's your how's your daddy's voice?
Really good.
Yeah, you
So
like
Quincy, so my son's name is Quincy.
Hey, Quinn.
So when we were doing the Body Fire single,
Uh-huh.
he came home from school, and he had a note in his little folder
Right.
that said he was singing inappropriate songs. But
Yeah,
he was singing Body Fire.
yeah. Well, oh, that's what he knows. You know,
Yeah,
like, well,
yeah,
what
yeah,
do
yeah.
you
He
do?
knows
What am
all
I
the
going to
music.
punish him? No. You know?
Yeah, no, I was like, heck yeah, dude.
What?
You good? All right, you gonna go off and play?
I just wanna play with you.
Okay, I'll play with you in just a second. I gotta finish talking with Brian, okay?
Are you almost done?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
We're almost done.
All right, I love you, buddy.
So tell me what the rest of the year looks like for Wicked Love.
So the rest of the year is definitely we're going to push and try and play more out of town shows. The
Right.
Savannah show was a big success, so
Uh-huh.
that's awesome. I'd really like to get in Georgia more.
Right.
I'd really like to try and at least upstate South Carolina, Greenville area.
Right.
I want to go to North Carolina. I want to hit all of the surrounding states as much as possible. But yeah, we're just gonna keep on grinding. We like I said, we've got two more that are coming out definitely this year.
Right.
We'll probably have more come out this year.
Right.
And we're writing music, man. We're writing like crazy. We've already got 3 other songs that we're working on right now.
Right.
And yeah, we're just, write as much as possible and hit the road.
Oh, cool. Tell me about merch.
Merch. Oh my gosh,
You
merch.
gotta have the merch.
Thing is we're spending so much money on trying to get these songs out.
Right.
I'm starting to fall behind on the merch.
Right.
I've got our t-shirt designs already set up. I've got invoices from the people that we're getting our t-shirts from.
Uh-huh.
I just haven't dropped the money to do it yet.
Right. Yeah.
AC just went out in my house, so I've got to get that replaced.
Oh yeah. Starting to get hot now.
Well, summer's coming fast,
Yeah.
so that's $5,000 right there that I got to drop.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm falling a little bit behind on the merch. I'm hoping that by the time our next out of town show happens,
Right.
we'll have more t-shirts. Merch.
Yeah. That's big.
Yeah, I've been talking to the guys. We need to replenish our merch bad, because that's where, we make the money in order to
Exactly.
do our albums,
Yep. And you can't be giving them away to everybody and every friend. Oh, here, have a shirt. No.
Yeah. So we have some merch. We have t-shirts and stuff like that, but the t-shirts, the prints came out too small.
Right.
So they came out a little defective.
Right. Yeah.
So we kind of just bit the bullet on that one and decided to hand those out.
Right.
But the next set of merch will definitely be selling at a price. So.
Well, Brandon, it's good to see you. Good to talk to you once again. Wicked Love.
Absolutely, Brian.
Guys out. And would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Yeah, everybody, stay wicked and rock and roll.
Cool. Thanks a lot, man.
Come and see us.
Yep. See you later.
All right. Catch you later, Brian. Thank you so much, man.
No problem. Bye-bye.
See ya.